All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Megan McCrory, and I am a program manager on the Azure Compute team. And so my team specifically focuses on workloads, one of them being Oracle. So get ready to learn a lot about Oracle and our offerings on Azure. So with that, today we will be talking a little bit about what are the different offerings that you can deploy today on Azure and kind of the best practices around those. What are the different licensing policies? What are the best cost optimizations? Things around that sort. Two, we'll be going into a deep dive on the interconnect. So this is the Microsoft Oracle partnership that we recently announced inside of June 2019, so a few months ago. We'll also be doing a demo of this. So this is a cool partnership that we've got with Oracle. We also have Ty here from the Dartmouth College, and they'll be speaking about how they're using this interconnect solution inside of their workloads. And then if we've got time, we'll be doing Q&A. So let's jump in. Here's just a quick quote that I like. This is from the Oracle Corporation that they published, but this is just really signaling that these two companies, Microsoft and Oracle, are coming together to really make enterprises who have software technologies from both Oracle and Microsoft to empower them to run their mission-critical workloads on the cloud. So this is just one that I really like between the two companies, showing how we are embracing cloud computing. All right. So a lot of businesses and enterprises are not yet on the cloud, and so we wanted to just briefly discuss why it's beneficial. So obviously, having to maintain your own data center is costly. You're always having to make sure that you have enough load to hit your peak times, and that can mean that you're over-provisioning capacity when you really don't need it all the time. That is one of the best benefits about moving to the cloud, is that you only have to use for the resources that you need, and then you can scale up and scale down based off of that. So you no longer have to always have your amount of VMs or whatever it might be deployed, so you can save on that cost. Two, once you're inside the cloud, there's a bunch of different innovative data that you can drive upon your resources. And so there's different things around AI, ML, Power BI that can give you insights into your data. And that allows you to make better data-driven decisions and how you can best optimize your applications when they're running on the cloud. Two, a lot of companies are concerned with security and management. This is one of the things that Microsoft, we've put a lot of focus on, and is something that we want to make sure that businesses and enterprises can trust us when they're running on the cloud. So with things like Azure Security Center and Key Vault and other things, this is one way that Microsoft is really making sure that you can have a trusted environment when you're running on Azure. And then finally, I feel like there's new technologies coming out every other day, and oftentimes they're always coming to the cloud. And so with this is what allows you to really modernize your workloads. You can take advantage of these technologies when they are coming out, so that way you can better optimize your applications for your customers and save on costs at the same time. So with that, let's jump into the offerings that we actually have today for Oracle on Azure. We'll be talking about Oracle databases, Oracle applications, and running these on top of our Oracle Linux images. Two, we've got Java on Azure that you can run on top of WebLogic Server. And then later on, we're going to be talking about the network interconnect and the identity integration. The last two are related to the partnership that we have with Microsoft and Oracle running in this cross-cloud configuration. So we'll talk about those two a little bit later on, but we'll get into databases right now. So today we actually have databases that are inside of our marketplace. So we have both the standard edition and the enterprise edition. So you can actually browse to the Azure marketplace, type in Oracle, and these will pop up. Everything is bring your own license, and so it gives you that mobility. But what's nice is that Oracle has actually provided license mobility from when you're running on-prem. You can actually transfer those licenses to the cloud. So that's what's really great, that Oracle enables you to do that on Azure as well. So that is one nice thing. One other one that I want to highlight is that for if you already have Oracle databases and you already have your own images with other baked-in software, you don't have to use one of the predefined images on our marketplace. You can actually bring your VHDs from on-prem and deploy them in the cloud. You don't have to use one of the pre-baked versions. So that's a lot of one thing that our customers actually take advantage of quite often. All right. So for database support, whenever you are running inside of Oracle Linux or Windows Server, this configuration is certified by Oracle. So they actually certify whenever you're running databases on these two OS types. If you are running on RHEL, SUSE, or other Linux distros, then you get that database level support. And so both of these are published, maintained by Oracle when you're running them on Microsoft Azure. So that's just one thing to note, that you can feel secure when you're running these databases inside of Azure, that you will be supported by Oracle as well. As for the apps, if you're using Oracle applications like eBusiness Suite, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, Oracle Retail, or HyperRun, these are ones that are also supported on Azure today, and so you can run these applications on Azure. Whenever you are using the cross-cloud configuration, the interconnect, which is what we'll talk about a little bit later on, but the apps will be certified when you're running in this model. So we'll touch on this in a little bit, but it's just one thing that I wanted to call out, that these apps are supported on Azure today. All right. Oracle Linux. We've got a lot of Oracle Linux offerings. 6, 7, and 8 are supported, and we also have K-Splice integration. So we do in-memory patches without downtime, which is really great. 2, recently we enabled Oracle Linux to be supported on the Azure Stack, which is our on-premise offering. So if you're using Azure Stack, you can now deploy Oracle images on that. And similarly to Gov. So if you are using the government cloud, you can now deploy Oracle Linux on Gov. So this is 2 new things that have come within the last month or 2. And then finally, we are going to be enabling CloudInt for Oracle images. And so this means that CloudInt enables you to basically define pre-provisioning tasks that you want to happen. So if you want to upload files, or if you want to have user access permissions, whatever it might be, you can define within our CloudInt platform. And then when you're deploying those images, the first time you provision it, the CloudInt will kick in and make sure all of those tasks get done. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to do it after provisioning time, which is great. For WebLogic Server, we also support WebLogic Server inside of Azure today. So this is maintained, published by Oracle. It is a combination of Oracle 6, Oracle JDK, and WebLogic. So it is, again, bring your own license, similar to the database offering. And then we do support the same use cases around load balancing, clustering, other sorts of that. So we've got a lot of documentation, though, on WebLogic Server. So if you are interested, go to our AKA link, and it's got a lot of documentation here on how you can run Java workloads on WebLogic. And this was something that I thought was pretty cool. We've got this Azure CLI command line where you can basically list, here are all of the Oracle images that are supported on Azure today. So you can clearly see we've got the database Enterprise Edition, the Oracle Database Standard Edition, Oracle Linux offerings, and at the bottom there is Oracle WebLogic Server. So those are all available for you now to deploy directly on Azure. So moving on to best practices. Of course, there's a bunch of things that we want to touch upon. The first being licensing. This is a big question for a lot of customers. We'll also talk about how we can optimize costs whenever you're running inside of Azure, when you're running Oracle workloads. We'll also go a little bit over the VM and storage configurations, what you can do to make your VMs performant. And 2, how do you make them highly available? How do you use backup and DR to make sure that you are resilient in case something happens? So, for licensing, Oracle has actually published that whenever you're running inside the cloud, you can actually count 1 physical core when you're running on-prem. You can count that as 2 virtual cores in the cloud. And so this is available when you're running hyper-threaded sizes. So what does that mean? Basically, we have SKUs that take advantage of Hyper-V. And so that means that there is basically a 2 vCPUs to 1 core ratio. And so when you're using these sizes, as an example, if you have an 8-core on-prem server, you can actually go up to 16 vCPUs in Azure with that same license. So that is what is provided by Microsoft, or by Oracle. Here are our hyper-threaded SKU families. So we also have inside of this table ACUs. ACU stands for Azure Compute Unit. This basically allows us to have a baseline to understand for the given sizes that use different hardware types, different generations, how are they performant across the board? And so that ACU conversion allows us really to take a baseline performance measurement. And so if you're looking for high performance, you can check out the ACUs, and the higher the ACUs, the more compute performant it is. And so just touching upon each of these quickly, we've got our DV3 sizes. These are more for general purpose workloads. We typically, though, find that for customers who are running Oracle workloads, they need either more memory intensive or storage intensive. So that brings us to the EV3 family, which is memory intensive, so it has more memory per core ratio than the DV3s. Then we've got the FV2s. These are more of the compute intensive, and so if you have a high compute workload that needs a lot of utilization, we suggest running the FV2s. We also have the M series. So the M series it's another memory optimized version. However, we have really big VMs. If you're needing 416 vCPUs with 12 terabytes of memory, we've got it for you. So these are ones that you can take advantage of if you need that capacity. And then finally, we've got LV2. These are storage optimized. So if your Oracle workload requires high transactions, high throughput, then maybe LV2 is the right one for you because it gives you that storage optimized VM size. And so once again, when you're running these SKUs inside of Azure that are hyper-threaded, you do get that one core processor to 2 vCPU licenses when you're running in this configuration. So another big question that we get is how do we reduce cost spend? Licensing is expensive. What can we do? And so a lot of our customers have said that they want to use a certain VM size configuration because they need the memory and they need the disk and they need the high throughput, but they don't necessarily need all of the vCPUs. However, they have to license those vCPUs. And so what happens is when you're using a VM size that needs a lot of memory, you also have that memory to core ratio that might be high. And so what we have done on the Azure side is we have basically come up with these constrained vCPU sizes. So what that means, if you look at our table, we have VM sizes. So the first one is standard E32SV3, and the second one is E32-8V3. If you look at the memory, the disk count, and the throughput, it's the complete same between them. But when you're looking at the vCPUs, one has 32 and one has 8. So the reason being is that on the platform side, we actually suppress the vCPUs that you might not need. And so you can specify that you only actually want 8 vCPUs, but you do need that 256 gigabytes of mem. You do need the high throughput. And so because of this, though, it allows you to save on licensing cost. So the underlying VM costs the same, but if you look at the SQL Enterprise cost as an example, it was around $9,000 in the first example because you're paying for 32 vCPU license. But when you look at the 8, you're only paying about $2,000, so it's a 75% savings. So this is one that we highly recommend if you are using Oracle workloads that might not be as compute intensive and you don't need the full cores, but you need more memory. This is a great option for you. And with that, here are all of the sizes that we support in this configuration. You can see here we've got the M series, the EV3 series, the G series, and the DV2. I would recommend, though, that you, of course, use the M series or the EV3 because those are hyper-threaded. And once again, you get a better licensing from the Oracle side when you're using hyper-threaded sizes. But check out these ones. These are all publicly documented, so we've got some links at the end that will give you more information. All right, we do want to touch quickly on reserved instances. And so if you are running an Oracle workload that you know is long running, at more than a year or 3 years, what you can do is you can actually purchase an RI. So this means that you pay for the instance that's running that database for either 1 year or 3 years, and it's a one-time payment up front. But you're going to be saving a lot more over the long run if you do this. And so this is a good case if you know that you're going to need something up and running for more than a year, then check out RIs because it's a good way to save some money. All right, getting into storage. So whenever you are deploying Oracle databases on Azure today, we do have support for Oracle Automatic Storage Management. This is the recommended way to do storage management by the Oracle team. And so we've got a lot of documentation that goes step by step on how to exactly set up the ASM environment when you're running on Azure DB. So this is one thing that I would just check out. 2, we support ultra disks and premium SSDs. These are ones that will give you really high throughput, and so it gives you more high bandwidth between the two. So this is one that I would check out if you guys are using Oracle DB on Azure. And then finally, we have support for Azure NetApp files. And so this is one that if you're using file-based applications and you're moving from on-prem to the cloud, you can take advantage of Azure NetApp files, which is GA. And so you don't have to do a ton of code re-architecting. Rather, you can just use Azure NetApp files to run those file-based applications. All right, going into more of the high availability, we do have support for Oracle Active Data Guard today. So this allows you to have multiple copies of your database on Azure, and so we have the information on how to go step by step to actually set up Active Data Guard with fail-safe failover. 2, we have support for Oracle sharding, and so if you're using this today, if you're splitting up your database into multiple database farms so you don't have a single point of failure, this is supported if you're running on Azure. And then finally, same thing with Golden Gate. This is supported when you're running Oracle DB. If you're doing replications between 2 databases, there is support for Golden Gate on Azure. And then finally, if you're using Azure Oracle RAC, this is supported in Azure if you're using the Azure Cloud Simple solution, which is the VMware solution, or if you're using FlashGrid Sky Cluster. So if you are interested in using Oracle RAC on Azure, talk to your Azure representative because we do have these offerings available through VMware and through FlashGrid. All right, moving on to backup and DR. We do have support for automatic backups using RMAN from the Oracle side. So this is the recommended way to run Oracle database backups. We also, though, have our own Azure backup system, and so you could do both if you want additional backups for your database. 2, you can leverage Azure Blob Fuse if you even want more resiliency for the backups that you have. And then finally, you can use Azure Site Recovery if you want extra failover between different zones, different regions, or even on-premise. So these are ones that we recommend if you are running mission-critical applications to run backup and DR for that database workload. All right, getting into the fun stuff. Here is the partnership that we have just recently announced with Oracle. We'll be talking about what exactly is this that we announced. So basically, Oracle and Microsoft are the only 2 public clouds that have a direct private connection between the 2. And so what it allows you to do, it allows you to have, for instance, your application tier on side of Microsoft Azure, your database tier inside of Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and we have a direct connection between these 2 clouds so they can talk together with low latency and high throughput. And with that, we also have identity integration, so you get single sign-on connection. So we'll go deep into these offerings. One of the questions we get, though, is why would I need to use this? Some of the common deployment scenarios are if you've got Oracle applications on Azure, but you want to run your Oracle databases inside of OCI, this allows you to connect the 2 together. Similarly, if you've got custom applications that you want to run on side of Azure, but your OCI database, that is supported in this cross-cloud configuration. And then 2, maybe you have applications that want to span across OCI and Azure, and they need to share data between the 2. This is also supported inside of the interconnect. And then finally, if you're creating potentially cloud-native applications with autonomous DB, this is supported inside of this configuration scenario. All right. So how does this actually work? The way it happens is Oracle has an offering called Fast Connect, and Microsoft has an offering called ExpressRoute. And so whenever you're provisioning these artifacts, you can actually specify what provider you want. Whenever you're creating an ExpressRoute, you can choose the provider should be Oracle Cloud. And then vice versa, when you're deploying a Fast Connect, you can specify the provider should be Microsoft Azure. And so that is basically how we can actually connect these 2 clouds. There's no third-party interference in here. We're not having to use any other Equifax or whatever it might be to connect these. It's a direct private connection. And that allows us to achieve low latency. And so the way we have 2 region pairs, we've got East US and Ashburn, And then we also have UK South and OCI London data centers. So both East US and UK South are where this is supported today. We are looking at how we can enable more regions, but these are the ones that are in preview today right now. And then finally, there is some setup required for setting up the interconnect on both the Microsoft side and the Oracle side. So we have made some Terraform scripts that help the ease of provisioning and installation of this. So we have all of this documented as well. All right. So unified identity and access management. This one is really key because basically what we've been enabling to do is Azure and OCI can actually now share a federation through Azure Active Directory. And so this allows you to manage roles within one identity environment, being Active Directory, and that gives your developers, whoever needs access to the portals, they can actually use one single sign-on. So they can use their Microsoft Azure Active Directory credentials to now log in with the OCI cloud. So we'll actually see this in action in a minute, but it's pretty cool that you no longer have to manage a ton of different credentials. And it works with Oracle Access Manager, OAM if you're using that, and even on-premise Active Directory. Back to the Oracle apps. So this was one that we mentioned that we were going to come back to. We've got eBusiness Suite, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, Oracle Retail, and HyperN. These are all, in this case, what this is showing is you can run these applications inside of Azure. And then in OCI, you could use it with Exadata, you could use it with RAC, you could use it with Autonomous DB. And so using this cross-cloud config, you will then be certified by Oracle to run these applications inside of Azure. So the certification is in process, and we will be posting an update once it's done. There's configuration, making sure, but this is something that's in progress right now, and you can expect it to be certified. And then finally, one of the challenges that we get from a lot of customers are, now I have to go to Oracle and Microsoft to do this direct cloud connection, which is great because I want to be in that hybrid model, but what happens if something goes wrong? Who do I call? And so this is where we have a collaborative support model. So if something happens, you can actually call either Microsoft or Oracle, and then what we have underneath the hood is a case exchange program where we're talking to Oracle engineers and vice versa, Oracle engineers are talking to Microsoft engineers. So you don't have to worry about trying to leverage both Microsoft and Oracle support systems. And so this is for the Express Route and the Fast Connect, as well as just basic architecture for networking, and then two for identity. So if you're having identity issues, you can leverage this collaborative support model to work through them. And then here quickly, let me just do a quick time check. All right, I'll go through this fast. But here's just a quick architecture design. We have got, this is an EBS deployment. So the blue box is basically Azure, and so you can see here you have the Express Route, and then the red box is OCI, and that's where you have your Fast Connect. So in this case, the Fast Connect is hooked up to Exadata on the OCI side, and the Express Route is leveraging the EBS application suite. And so whenever your customers are accessing this data, they don't know that it's actually being backed by two different clouds because it's all low latency, high throughput. And so this is a way through the Fast Connect and the Express Route that you get this direct connection between the two clouds. And with that, we're going to jump into a demo of this. This is pretty cool. So let me just open this up here. So I ended up recording this about 2 days ago just to make sure that we're okay on time since this is a shorter session. But here I am, and I am logging into the OCI cloud infrastructure. And so a cloud tenant is similar to a Microsoft Azure subscription, if you're familiar. And so once I logged in, you can see that there's the single sign-on here. And so it has recognized that I am actually federated with another identity provider. And in this case, it's Microsoft Azure Active Directory. And so once I click continue, that's where I will actually be able to, let's see if this is going. Let's see here, click. There we go. And so once I click continue, it's going to then take me to the Microsoft sign-in page. So this is where I'm signing in with my Azure Active Directory credentials. I'm not signing in with my OCI credentials. This is my Microsoft. So this is what we have done with that integrated identity. And so now you get that single sign-on between the two clouds. So here I am inside the Oracle Cloud, and so this is the home screen. I want to do the same thing, and I want to log into the Azure portal because I'm going to be needing both the Azure portal and the OCI portal to set up the interconnect solution. And so now I'm logging into the Azure portal, and this is where I'm actually going to be able to see all of my resources here on my dashboard. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on the resource group called Megan Ignite Demo. And so if you're not familiar with resource groups, this just basically allows you to have multiple different resources all grouped together. So you can see cost by resource group. So you could imagine maybe you have your finance team on one resource group, your development team on another, and that resource group will allow you to kind of pivot. Two, it allows easier management. And so if you want to delete resources, you can delete the full resource group rather than having to go into each individual component. So that's just a quick overview. I'm actually going to click on my app service. So I created this app service, which is basically a web app. So it's a front-end tier, and so here it's loading, and so all it is a website that I have deployed, and so I've actually used Node.js in the backend. So here I am in Visual Studio Code. This is my Node.js application, and this is where I'm actually storing my Oracle database, and I have my connection strings that will come through. But all it basically is a to-do list. And so I have a web app that has my to-do list, which we'll see here once I click on the URL. And so here we go. So clicking on that. And so this is basically the website that I created. So this is my to-do list. I need to register for Ignite, purchase my flight, finish my presentation. I'm supposed to make team dinner reservations, which I need to do. Also, we need to write Harry Potter and ride the Hulk. So this is just a very simple web app that I created using Node.js in the back end. But the data that's inside of this front-end website is actually stored in an OCI database. So let's now go to the OCI portal and check out that database. So browsing to the portal, I'm now on the Oracle Cloud. And so I'm going to hit, and I'm going to look at my databases. So here is where my database is going to be stored. You notice, though, once this loads, there's actually no database found. And the reason being is because I'm in the wrong compartment. So similar to resource groups, Oracle Cloud has compartments. And so my compartment for my demo is actually Megan Ignite Demo. So you can see kind of the similarities between the two cloud environments. So once I click on that database, here's where I see that I've got my database. It's DB1031. I can click on my nodes, and that will show me what my public and private IP addresses are. And so that is something that I'm going to need here whenever I'm doing my connection between the two. And so one other key thing to this is that in order to leverage the fast connect between the two clouds, I need to make sure that my VCN is set up correctly. And so VCN inside the Oracle is just the virtual cloud network. It's similar to a Microsoft VNet if you're familiar. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on that VNet because I want to make sure that my fast connect is provisioned correctly. So inside of this VNet, I can see my subnets here. I've got a public IP and another subnet. I also have a route table, and that basically shows me what are the different routes if I want to allow Microsoft to actually read from this database. And then two, I have this dynamic routing gateway. And this is where, whenever we click on this dynamic routing gateway, we can see the circuits, and that is where the fast connect is provisioned. And so going to take a look at the circuits, we'll be able to see the fast connect. So there it is. And this is what basically you provision, and you'll be able to see that the provider is Microsoft Azure. Once this loads here. And so you can see that is up and running. The provisioned is up. You see the provider name is Microsoft Azure. So that is how OCI is connected. It's a private circuit. And then we've got the provider service key. This has to match with what you do on the Microsoft Azure side. And so now that I know that the key is 752, I want to go check my express route because that express route has to have the exact same service key. So I'm coming back to my resource group, and now I'm going to browse to my express route circuit. And so here's where I've got my express route circuit. I'm going to go ahead and click to see and make sure that that service provider key matches what I think it should match, which is that 752, and we are good to go. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go and make sure that this is attached to the right connection. And so when I click on connections, I'm going to be able to see that it has an ER connection that is succeeded. And then once this loads, here it sees that it is attached to my Ignite VNet. And so through this VNet, that is where I can actually see my subnets, and that subnet is what gives me that connectivity. And so then what I do want to do is I want to just test that this works. So I've got a subnet that is connected to my VNet, which is connected to my express route, and that express route is connected to Fast Connect. So what I've done is I've actually created a VM, and I want to do a ping test. I want to actually go into my VM, and I want to SSH in, and I want to try to do a private connection to my Oracle database. And so by doing this, I'm browsing to my virtual machine, and here's where I can easily click on that connect button. And that is where it will pop up with my credentials, and so it'll have my public IP that I can then SSH into. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And now I'm going to open up a quick command prompt. And here we are. So now I'm going to go ahead and log in with that SSH credentials and enter in my password. And there we go. So now I'm inside of my Azure VM. And the next thing that I want to do is I want to do a ping test to my database, but I want to ping test against the private IP address. This is that private network connection between OCI and Azure. And so when I go back to my database system, I'm just going to grab that the private IP address, and so that is that 10.0.1.2. And so now going back to my VM, I'm going to do a quick ping, and I'm expecting to be able to connect to this over that private network, and I'm expecting pretty low latency, which we're seeing around 1 to 2 milliseconds, which is what I'm expecting. So that tells me that my Fast Connect and my Express route are working as expected. So with that, I now want to go and make sure my app service is set up correctly to where it can use that Fast Connect, and so it can use that backend database. And so here, when going through the connection, this is where I can actually configure my OCI database connection string. And so here, if you look, I've got my Oracle connection string. And when I look at that, I actually see that private IP address, and I see that database. And so that is what my app is using in the backend to connect to my Oracle database inside of Azure. So that is what we're doing, and so I'm just validating that that is what I expect, and it is that DB1031. So everything looks good here. I think the last step that I need to do is I need to integrate my VNet with my app service, because that VNet is what is mapped to my Express route. And so here I've got my networking, and then I've got this VNet integration, which is in preview. So this is something that I've got here, and it's something that shows me that I've got my Ignite VNet. Everything looks good to go. I'm all set up to now run my Fast Connect and my app service together, referencing that OCI database. So here I am inside of Oracle SQL Developer, if you guys are familiar. I'm going to do a quick connection here just to make sure that we're able to connect, and so we can actually take a look and see what is inside the table. So now I've got my connection string, I've got my public IP address, I'm going to test the connection. Everything says successful, so I'm going to go ahead and connect here. And now I've got everything up and running, I'm logging in, and so now I'm going to go and check out what the exact table is. And so with this, I've got this table called To-Do Table 1. Here's my schema. I've got my ID, the text. So this is the OCI database that I have that is connected to that app service. And so then when I look at the data for this, that's where I can actually see, here's all my tasks that I'm supposed to go do. I'm supposed to register. But one thing I want to check is I actually forgot that I need to be reminded to catch my flight, because I'm a forgetful person. So I'm putting that one in here. And so I'm also going to mark that I've made my team dinner reservations, because that I've actually done. So after I do that, I'm going to quickly refresh my database. And here you can easily see we've got the catch flight home. It's already inside of here. I've already got the other database complete. And so that was a really fast connection between the two. So with that, that was just a quick demo of how exactly the ExpressRoute and the Fast Connect hook up together and how you can have, for instance, a web app then attached to that OCI database with that super low latency. And with that, I'm actually going to introduce Ty up and ready. So Ty is a director of infrastructure at Dartmouth College, and so he's going to be talking about how they're using the interconnect solution for their workloads. Thanks, Ty.
Thanks, Megan. Let's see. If those of you who don't know, Dartmouth College is located in Hanover, New Hampshire. We have about 4,500 liberal arts students in our undergrad program and another 1,000 in our med school, engineering school, and school of business. I'll skip some of this in order to keep us on time, but we run EBS 12.1.3 with an Oracle 12c backend. All of this is on-premise. What we want to do is to leverage the cloud services of OCI and Azure in order to take advantage of some new functionality with disaster recovery and business continuity, and take advantage of some added licensing and support. Everything you see on this slide is what Megan just demonstrated for you, and I'll take you through it just a little bit. This was a pilot that we did where we wanted to test a couple of applications we're running. One of the applications, like I said, is EBS, and the other one is a custom Apex application that we use for alumni fundraising. Two very important applications for the running of the college. What we wanted to do is to clone our 12c database and run that in an OEL environment in Oracle and OCI, and then have the middle tiers running out of Azure. We did exactly what Megan showed you. We set up two interconnects between the two sites. EBS is particularly fussy with low latency or high latency. We did some tests to see what the middle tier connectivity to the database would be, and truly found that it was under 3 milliseconds. This week we have actual users doing some functional testing of the environment to determine if the usability is what we think it is, but we're finding really good success. We're pretty fortunate at Dartmouth. We have two 10 gig pipes out to the cloud, one terminating in Albany and another one in Boston. So we're very excited what we've found in this testing, in this pilot. This will solve a lot of problems, including some of our CapEx problems on premises, and some of our support issues that we have with rolling this ourselves in a configuration on premises.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Question?
Oh, yep, go ahead. Yeah, it's a great question. So the question was, are there any egress charges whenever you are connecting from Microsoft Oracle or Microsoft Azure to Oracle Cloud? And the answer is, we actually have introduced a local ExpressRoute SKU. And so whenever you're using the local SKU, there are no egress charges. And so that allows you to basically have egress within the same region. And because these are region pairs, you're good to go. So whenever you're deploying that ExpressRoute, you can choose the local SKU, and that means that there's no egress charges applied to that. And then there's no egress charges on the Oracle side either. We've got a couple more slides, but then if we've got time, we'll open it up to more Q&A. So jumping right ahead, kind of next steps on the Microsoft Oracle partnership. Like I mentioned, we are looking at potentially introducing new regions. So this is something that we're working with the Oracle team on, so stay tuned. Another thing that we're looking at is potentially how can we make more unified integration. So we know with support, we're doing a lot with having a collaborative support model. Similarly, on the identity side, we have done a lot of partnership there, but you can imagine that there's a lot more. There might be DevOps integration, there might be monitoring. So there's a lot of these that we're looking at how we can make more of a seamless integration between these two cloud platforms. And so look out for maybe potential updates, but right now we're investigating with the Oracle folks to see what it will take to get done. Next steps. So we've got announcements at all of these AKA links. We've got a ton of documentation. So that Learn one, that has all of the documentation for Oracle on Azure, as well as the interconnect solution, and it has links to those Terraform scripts. This also has the information if you want to sign up to use the interconnect. We are still in preview mode, so we are still whitelisting subscriptions, but inside of this documentation, there's a form link where you can then enter in your subscription ID in case you want access, if you want to run any proof of concepts and test out the interconnect for yourself. And then finally, if you're wanting to deploy Oracle on Azure today, like we mentioned, we have the database offerings, Oracle Linux, WebLogic Server. You can go to the AKA Azure Marketplace and see all of those Oracle offerings that we've got. Finally, just to kind of wrap up, once again, with Oracle on Azure, it just allows you to take advantage of untapped potential. So you no longer have to have overhead on managing your data centers and trying to do all of your on-premise environment. You can leverage the cloud for that and use a lot of different services on top of it that then enable you to make better business decisions to run your applications. Two, it gives you broader choice. We have a lot of different things that you can have on top with monitoring, Power BI, whatever it might be. And so this allows you to basically go through the breadth of the Azure offerings, and then finally, you can capitalize on your existing investments. If you've got Oracle licensing and you've got Microsoft licensing and technologies, you can bring them to the cloud with that license mobility, and running in this interconnect solution, you can be fully certified to know that you will be supported if anything might happen. And so with that, that's about all I've got. I will be sticking around for questions, and we do have a couple minutes though. We've got about 4 minutes in case anyone has additional questions that we can answer right now. Yes?
In that slide, you showed a connection to US Central. What was the reason for that?
Oh, in the architecture slide? This one? This is for the Dartmouth. Is there a failover inside of US Central? Maybe Azure Site Recovery or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's used just for ER, right? That needs an OCI.
Yes,
And is your primary still on premises?
it is right now, yeah. DR and development systems.
Got it. Yes.
So you have to plan your subnet cyber range?
You do, and so they can't so the question was, do you have to plan your subnet ranges on both the Azure and the OCI side? And the answer is yes, they can't overlap. So you do have to make sure that your cedar blocks are on the Azure side are different than the ones on the Oracle side. Great question. Yeah.
You have showed us 1 millisecond latency in London. How is it with latency in Asia, in India or Indonesia, for example?
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, we only have the interconnect set up inside of London and in East US. So that's where you can expect that lower latency numbers. We don't have the interconnect in other Azure regions and OCI regions right now. It's one thing that we're looking at, but once again, we have to be in close proximity with each other on both the Microsoft data center side and the OCI data center side. So it's one thing we're working on though.
What is the latency in US?
In US East, it's similar to what we have in London. Around, but it's, yep. So you can do your own testing just to make sure, but that's what we're seeing.
From licensing perspective,
Yeah.
show us that one CPU equals to 2 vCPUs.
Yes.
And that for sure has a cost. What about those who has ULA agreement with Oracle, unlimited licensing?
Oh, yeah, the question was what happens if you have unlimited licensing agreements with Oracle. That's where it's best to talk with both your Azure representative and your Oracle representative, because they do handle those kind of case by case. Yeah, I don't have a good answer for that one. Awesome. Well, thank you guys again so much for attending. I will be sticking around for a little bit to answer questions, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys.